Let's have a quick look. Alright, and we are live. Okay, so what are we looking at today? Today, let me just put this down here. Today, we are looking at one of my favourite games ever, and I don't mean that ironically. I'm not going to say it's a good game, but I really enjoyed this game for a number of reasons. One, the controls are actually better than they have any right to be. And two, the soundtrack. Like, the soundtrack is so camp and cheesy. It's brilliant. It's genuinely brilliant. The game in question is Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin for the SEGA CD. Now, it was released on the Mega Drive, which I think came out in 92, and it came out on the Game Gear, which I believe came out around about the same time. But in 93, they basically did an update for it. And it had a new soundtrack, and it had a couple of new villains, and a couple of new enemies, and it's just an all-round bit. Oh, and cutscenes. Oh, the cutscenes. Oh, so good. So, I am just going to make sure this is started before I actually start. Let's quickly go over to here. And where are we? Alright, well, I think I'm up. Yeah, I think I'm up. Alright, let's go. Let's go to Sega Mega CD. Alright. And then while this is loading, here we go. The Amazing Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin for the Sega CD. Alright. So, unfortunately, while I've been doing the 8 days of Spider-Mas, where I'm looking at all of these different Spider-Man games, unfortunately, Stan Lee has passed. So, this can be the Stan Lee memorial stream. That's a bit of a weird way to end it. Like, Spider-Man for the PS4 would have been the most fitting tribute to Stan Lee, but I've already looked at that. I've played the game to death. I love that game. It's possibly my game of the year. But this, oh boy. Right, I don't know if the volume is up loud enough, but just, I'm going to be quiet, listen to this. Alright, I might turn it up a little bit. Press start, listen to this. Oh, it didn't do it. Normally he laughs, goes ho 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 ho. Oh, that's because he played the demo. Okay. So I'm going to press start, and you'll hear the Kingpin laugh, and then we'll go into the options menu. Here we go. He's not going to do it. What is going on? There we go. Right. So, we have basic options, but before we start anything, this song. Plainly put, there was a band in the 80s called Mr. Big. They had a huge hit with something Just the Man to Be With You. It was like an acoustic. No, was that it? Or was it More Than Words? No, that was Extreme. It wasn't More Than Words. It was Just to Be With You. The man to be with you. That song. Anyway, for the port to the Sega CD, the two of the band members of Mr. Big were contracted, I guess, to write this song. Oh, it's so good. And it's all the way through the game. Like, there are other songs that they wrote, but this song, I mean, listen to it. So this is the main thing. It's called Swing Time, right? And I'm just going to read you some of the lyrics. The lyrics are... Let me just find them. The lyrics are... Right. It starts, save this city, save it from the hands of destruction. Innocent or guilty, it ain't always easy to see. Hanging tough, just enough, slipping in and out of the shadows. Every man's hero, driven by the sounds of the street. Right? I'll go into it in a minute, but I have a few issues with these lyrics. Mostly the fact that none of them are accurate at all to Spider-Man. It's like the guys from Mr. Big had never seen or heard of Spider-Man before. So I'll break it down once we get into the game. First things first, we need to get through these cutscenes, because I haven't got long to do this, and you just have to see it. You have 3 difficulty settings. You have normal, nightmare, and easy. On easy, web swinging doesn't deplete your web cartridge. Normal it does, and nightmare, all of the bosses are hidden. Like, you don't know where to find the bosses. The game itself is random anyway. The bosses appear in different places. I think the first 2 and the last 1 doesn't, but all the others do. Yep, that looks all good. Background music on, obviously. The one thing I will say is that the cutscenes are super quiet, so I might boost the audio for the cutscenes. Let me just get my keyboard out, because the cutscenes are something else. They really are. Alright, here we go. Let's start.
These are the New York offices of the Daily Bugle, where young Peter Parker is employed as a freelance photographer. Peter's work on his large daily newspaper has brought him into contact with some of the more unsavory characters that roam the streets of the city.
Boy, what an ugly bunch. The nastiest batch of criminals in the world, and New York's got them. Lucky thing, they've also got Spider-Man.
Only Peter's wife, Mary Jane, knows his extraordinary
Oof.
secret. That he is not merely the pleasant and conventional young man he seems.
Mary Jane.
Hi, Tiger.
Hi, honey. What's up?
I was just on my way to the studio to tape today's episode of Secret Hospital. Thought I'd stop by and get a kiss. If you're not too busy, of course.
Now there's something I'm never too busy for.
Good lord.
That ought to keep me happy until dinner.
Do you remember how everyone sort of takes the mick out of that Zelda CDI game?
See you tonight. That woman, what the? She's being attacked.
When trouble arises, as it does so often, Peter Parker is no longer
Remember
just
that Peter
an ordinary
Parker
newspaper photographer,
is supposed to be a
something
young
else
man,
entirely.
and he's being
Something
voiced
with the
by
strength, endurance, and power of
someone who's, I don't know, maybe in his 40s.
Spider-Man.
Oh, and when he puts on the outfit, the voice gets way lower. Alright, let's turn that volume back to where it was. So yeah, I'll probably narrate the rest of the cutscenes because they are super quiet, but you can kind of see the quality involved. Not great. Alright, now the animations in here are actually not that bad, and the controls are really good as well. Basically, you have punch, web, and jump. That's it. So punch, fairly standard. High, you got a low punch, and you can do a kick on any surface. So a punch, you have web, fairly standard, and a jump. Oh, thanks, mate. The jump button is also stick to walls button. So where I'm standing in front of a wall, I can just stick to it and go up. The aim of the game is literally you have a few missions, but the aim of the game will kind of expand later. Let's go down here. Alright, oh, and web swinging as well. It doesn't work in any other 16-bit game, but in this one it does. You can swing by pressing the web button while in the air, but you have to detach the web. So you have to detach, then throw another web, and then detach, and then throw another web. It doesn't do it automatically. It's really clever. So I can swing, but then I have to, if I don't detach the web, I'll just swing on it indefinitely. Like, that's super clever. No one else did that. So you have to kind of learn a rhythm. Right, now this mission, you saw in the cutscene, someone was getting mugged. There she is, so I'm just going to web him up. Cops are going to come. That leads into the next cutscene. So there are some missions.
Officer, that nice young man in the long underwear saved my purse and
At this point, Spidey isn't wanted by the cops. That will change. Spoilers.
You came along when you did. You're the best friend this city ever had. I'm just glad you're on our side.
Yeah.
I was just doing my job, officer. Happy to be of help.
That's supposed to be a child. Well, like a 21-year-old, which for me, you know, is a child.
You really shouldn't run around in public dressed like that.
Yes, ma'am.
When you hit 36, everyone under the age of 30 is a child. Yeah, there are some super cool mechanics. The wall crawling's good, the climbing's good, the swinging feels good. Combat's a bit wonky, I'll be honest.
See what's on TV.
Oh, it's like Uncharted 4, look at it. Oh, this can't be any good.
Regularly scheduled broadcast to present this special emergency report from Wilson Fisk, a concerned citizen and one of our city's leading businessmen. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Fisk.
Kingpin.
They've given Wilson Fisk airtime. This can't go well.
Whatever it is, it's bound to be bad news for New York. And for Spider-Man.
Fellow citizens of New York, it is my
Great
painful
TV
duty
presence.
to make you aware that a monstrous crime has been perpetrated against us by a man we thought was our ally. It has come to my attention that Spider-Man has turned renegade.
Scourge of New York.
Forces of law and order.
Oh no, look at those cops.
When Jonah had everyone convinced I was a crook.
That's not something Spider-Man would do, at least for another
Perpetrating one
3.5 minutes.
crime after another.
Look at that old lady. BAM! Kicked her in the face and webbed up her dog.
Oh my
What?
poor doggy.
A butthead.
Now he has devised the most ghastly crime of his career. He has planted a bomb that will explode in exactly
He's just got a nuke on his back. Just on his back.
the entire city.
Yep. He has a
I am offering a reward of
He has a bomb.
$100,000 for Spider-Man's capture, in hopes that he can be forced.
Oh my god. That's a Wilson, that's a bit graphic for the news, mate.
From the super criminal Spider-Man.
Super criminal.
What are you going to do?
So a man who looks like that and talks like that comes on TV with absolutely no sources, says to everyone that Spider-Man's got a bomb, everyone buys it, including the cops.
Don't worry about that, Mary Jane. The police know I'm on their side.
No, they don't, mate.
I want an all-point bulletin issued for the arrest of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man the police just bought it.
Spider-Man would turn on us.
So, to recap, you're on the run from the cops, you're on the run from Fisk's men, and things not looking too good. I'll be honest, not looking too hot. Spider-Man versus the Kingpin, there we go. Okay, so the main portion of this game revolves around this map. So what do you have? Well, this is the Daily Bugle. That was the mission we were just on. The big yellow X means that it's done. You have these train lines, so you can go on one train there and it will take you to somewhere else. You don't need to do that, but you can. It will drop you off somewhere. I think random. I'm not sure. The bosses will appear at random. Somewhere in the thing. They'll be identified by red dots. These yellow dots, you can just go out and do missions, like basically clean up criminals in various points of New York, and the background does change. They're very small, but it allows you to get things like extra lives, webs, and also comic book covers. You collect comic book covers in here. I'll show you where one is in a minute. So, this looks very slow. You can speed it up by holding B. So let's go and find a bad guy, because we're playing it on normal. We have the whole of Manhattan and a little bit of, I think, Queens over here to play around with. So we've got, well, whatever this is down here. So we've got a few missions down here. We'll come back to that. So look, you can see here is Electro. And like I say, it randomizes which one of these is going to be in. On Nightmare, you don't even know. So he's here on this red dot. Electro is stupid hard, so I'm not going to be playing that level. And there's Doc Octopus. Now, I believe these two always appear first. But you also have Venom, Sandman, Vulture, Mysterio, who else? Croc, Kurt Connors. You also have Typhoid Mary's in this, actually, surprisingly enough. Okay, so, and then there's this pinball game, which we will come back to later. It's very strange. Alright, let's just do a random mission. Let's go to Empire State. Where's that? That's down here somewhere, isn't it? It's down in the south. Is that Empire State? No, that's Chinatown. Henry Street. What, Empire State? Over here? Houston, Bedford. No, it's down maybe over here. Civic Center. No, where is the Empire State? It's up here? East Village. I'm getting closer. Greenwich. First. Empire State. There we go. I knew it was around here somewhere. Right, so let's just jump in. While I'm in this mission as well, I want to break down these lyrics, because I do have an issue with them, since we haven't seen much gameplay yet. But, yeah. Okay. So, as you can hear in the background, just starts out with butt rock. The one thing that I would say, though, you see down in the bottom right where it says time, and that's actually time until the nuke goes off. Each hour in this game is essentially a minute. So you have not very long to do it. Right, if I pause, we've got a few little upgrades. We've got this kind of shield that Spider-Man can make a web shield around himself, a bit like the PS1 game, and a web bolo that ties people up. I'm just going to stick to standard web. This will get you back to that main menu. Over on the right-hand side, it says 5 keys. That will become apparent later. Alright. So, while it's paused, let me just break down these lyrics to you while we play this game. Right. First of all, save this city, save it from the hands of destruction. That's fine. No issue there. Kingpin's planted a bomb. That seems, fairly easy to decipher. Next line. Innocent or guilty, it ain't always easy to see. Here's where I have an issue. Yeah, it is. It's totally easy. If you see a man with 4 mechanical arms tearing up a building, he's probably guilty. If you see a man with a big spark where his face should be and he's zapping people, that's pretty easy to see. Hanging tough just enough, slipping in and out of the shadows. There's no shadows in this game. Every man's a hero, driven by the sound of the street. What? What does that even mean? What? Every man's a hero, driven by... I'm playing as Spider-Man. I'm not an every... Well, I suppose he's supposed to be an everyman, but he's got, mutant powers. Right, here's where it gets weird. Here's the chorus. Now it's swing time, flying for justice. Spider-Man doesn't fly, he swings. It's literally in the line before. Swing time, take no prisoners. That's all Spider-Man does. He webs them up and leaves them for the cops. All that this man does is take prisoners. Next line. Swing time, bring home the bacon. What? What is it? I mean, it's not even like a rhyming line. It's not even in couplets. That's just a line that they put in to fill up the number of syllables. I'm not even sure. Bring home the bacon, okay. At no point do you bring home bacon in this game. And then the last line, swing time, knocking out trouble. It is a weird song, but I will be the first to defend it because damn is it catchy. Alright, let's keep going. So, and that swing time song plays I think once every 10 different songs, but the lyrics are hot garbage. Okay, so we're on the Empire State level. Oh, there's a cop. Now as soon as the cop sees you, he's going to open fire. See, look, he's radioed it in. Now, you can stun lock enemies. The only problem with this game is they can also stun lock you. So, let's go around and see what we've got in this mission. I can just swing over it. There's nothing stopping me. Oh, snipers. I just got behind him. Ah! Oh, see, look, they're tricky, these enemies. And they also bust out of your webs real quick. So the best thing to do with enemies in this game, avoid them. Oh my god. Not doing too well to start off with. Yeah. Stun lock, right. Obviously, there are life pickups and web pickups. That's the only reason we're in these levels, other than to get comic books. I don't know why the thing's full of mounties. Let's just swing over here. Oh god. Stand up, there you go. That was the wrong button. There we go. I'm going to punch him in the junk to death. That is all you do in this game, is punch people right in the nads. Oh, God. Right, so I need these desperately. Your web does run out super quick, so it's best to avoid using the web. I know that sounds weird. Oh, there also are some special moves, but they're super hard to do. One of them you have to duck and then press up and, I think, kick at the same time. I'm not going to be able to do that. Yeah, so you do that. It's really weird. Right, there's the exit. That's basically all I'm going for. But down here, comic book. So there are little collectibles and stuff. It's very, very, very sort of similar to the PS4 game in what you have to do. Solve crimes, run around, help people, do little odd missions here and there, collect comic book covers, don't run out of webbing. Right, now we've got a big X on there. The thing is, all of these little missions here, completely avoidable. You don't have to do any of them. All you have to do is the boss missions. You can essentially ignore every single mission and just do a boss rush, and it's completely fine. It doesn't change anything. So it's completely optional. Also, Empire State, Statue of Liberty, just hanging out down there. I think that's really cool. It's got some nice little touches, this game. Some weird touches, but some nice little touches. Right, this mission will kind of emphasise the wall crawling mechanics, which are excellent. Like, not end of the world, like revolutionary or anything. They don't do anything spectacular, but they work really well. So, oh, he says, and then just jumps off. So you can avoid all these enemies, which is a good thing to do. Like, stealth is a big thing in this game. Pressing jump will basically drop you. You can then swing, kick a rat. Kick the rats. There you go, squish them. You can shoot while you're on the ceiling, because they will shoot you. Unlike most games, there's going to be a rat down here, isn't there? Yeah, there he is. Kick him. And he's got this really cool little move. When you get to a corner, he basically transitions from a ceiling to a floor by pressing in that direction. Check it out. Like, that doesn't seem much, but it's a big deal when you're trying to wall crawl properly, and it feels really fluid. While you're in missions as well, there are secret areas. Up here is one of them. This is a super good example of a secret area. Alright, and also I can show you the transitions. Oh, once I get it to work. So you press in the direction, and then you does this little move and this sound. That's a really cool little sound. It never gets boring. Way faster to crawl than it is to walk. There we go. Now that will skip me past that entire level. I'll now actually be on the next level. I think most boss levels are broken up into 3 sections, or 2 sections. Which is good, because you can just skip loads of it. Right. Another great transition here into a vent. Don't have to do it all. There we go. I'm going to come back for these in a minute. That's like a mega bonus. They call it a clover. Right. There we go. Let's take out some dudes. I need oh man. Right, so the dogs are the only people that can't break out of the webbing. Don't know why. You also can't kick them. I think that was part of the 90s censorship thing. Like, I don't think you could hurt animals. Okay, what the hell got me there? Pretty sure I didn't hit anything, but okay, alright. Oh, the dogs can break out. Okay, I didn't think they could. Or maybe it's because I left the screen. Okay, I think I've got enough health to defeat the boss, but I'll go and get some anyway. Because there's more health and whatnot over here. There we go. Alright, web and health. So, you can defeat the bosses in different ways, and you'll see one of the ways here. I might die. I'll be honest, I might die. The bosses in this game, and the hit detection, not great. Alright, so Spider Sense means, oh my god, getting battered already. Spider Sense means there's a boss coming. Alright, I've got to try and stay under his leg, but also not get hit by his back leg. He does this weird little twitch, and that will break that one. That will break his stride and also hit you. Come on. I can't use webbing on him because he's immune. Like, he basically breaks out straight away. This is obviously the first boss, so it's meant to be easy. And also there are no patterns as such to remember, unlike the rest of the bosses. This is basically just a way to transition into the... Well, you'll see. You'll see. There's a cutscene basically attached to this. It's supposed to be simple. But yeah, the other bosses you can actually defeat in a variety of ways. It's not just kicking and punching. So here we go. Let's look at this cutscene.
You've been disarmed, Doc. Why don't you come clean
Again,
and
that is
tell me what
supposed to
the
be a
Kingpin
young
is up
man.
to this
He
time?
sounds
Is there
50.
really a bomb planted somewhere?
Yes, you arachnoid moron. For all the good it'll do you. Kingpin's fixed
But if you played the Mega Drive game or you played the Game Gear game, like those versions aren't brilliant, but this is just way better.
Or the whole thing goes boom.
Much better than that god-awful 32X game. What was it called? Web of Fire? Ring of Fire? Something like that? God, it's bad.
Measly city bug breath. It's about world
Bug breath.
domination.
Wouldn't have it, mate.
Once and for all. We'll be safe when it happens, never you fear.
Tell me where to find the keys, or I'll cut you up for calamari.
Damn, Spider-Man.
All of them are.
Can't just go shanking people. Just gonna slash you up.
For one of them. And if you want another, you'll have to go to the sewer and take it away from the lizard.
You're using Kurt
So, if a boss, there are 10 bosses and 5 keys. If you fight a boss and that boss doesn't have a key, what he'll do, he'll tell you who does. So, the map only had 2 bosses on it. Octopus here hasn't got one of the 5 keys. You need 5 keys to disarm the bomb. And then obviously the game ends, right? If you get all the... Alright, yeah, password. So, it will kick you back to the map. If you get all 5 keys, then it will show you the location of the bomb. Then I think you'd go there and there's the final boss battle. Right. Instead of a dot here, it says, little Spider-Man thing. It means there's a comic book in that mission that we missed. But I'm not going back in there and getting it. Right, so, he said, like literally in the cutscene said, Kurt Connors has one. So let's find Kurt Connors. He'll be around here somewhere. Somewhere in the sewers, he said. Oh, there he is. So now he's appeared on the map. And who could this be? We'll find out, because that's where we're going. But yeah, so that's how basically you find all the keys. You have to do it within the time limit as well. So it's kind of a speedrun game, but not. I'm not going to go Kurt Connors. I'm going to go to Central Park. There we go. Oh boy, I love this game. I could play this game all day. It's so good. Right, now we're in Central Park. You can still web, because you can go above the trees as well. This fire hydrant here, you can do this too. There is just a fire hydrant, like just in the middle of the park on the dirt. All right, let's go and avoid these. Oh man, oh SWAT guys, come on. I might show you what happens when you die. Actually, it's brilliant. There we go. Let's just swing. You can swing across. There you go. You can climb. If you've got the rhythm down, you can climb. Alright. Let's just exit. Again, it's made up of multiple parts. Like, each boss level has a small level in front of it. Okay, so here we go. Another one. Alright, here we go. Don't really need... Oh, stupid thing. Don't really need webbing in this mission, but I'll get some more. Alright, can I shoot? Yep. Alright, let's get him up there. At least it'll stop me getting shot. Right. Let's just batter this gorilla. Straight in the nads. Punched in the nads to death. He's the only one in the game. Alright, here we go. Here's the swing set. And a sandpit. Who could it be? Oh, it's the Sandman. Let's get out of here. Now, if you can punch him all day, he will kill you. Like, he will absolutely murder you. So you come back to... Oh, come back to this, and... Come on, stand up! There you go. One hit.
Looks like one more
Oh.
bad guy down the drain.
And he had a key. That little xylophone ring when you get the key. It's amazing.
Mighty considerate of you to leave this for me, Sandman.
Like, they weren't taking this seriously.
It looks like I'm one step closer to spoiling the Kingpin's plan.
Okay, so now we have a key. Right, so let's have a quick look. See how some of the levels. Oh, you know what? Just to end it, because I can't play this forever, but you should definitely play it. Let's pick. Let's go to. Oh, hang on. Where's the public library? That's Chinatown, Henry Street. I know the library's around here somewhere. Greenwich Village. First, third, Chrysler. There it is. Okay, so I just want to show you some of the cutscenes because they are bananas. Okay. Again, think about where we are. Why is that in the background? Yeah. Okay, there's the ferry, and I can't click onto that because there's trees in the way. Oh, kid on the skateboard. They are really annoying. Can I? Yeah. F your skateboard! Right, here we go. Now I'm going to go above these trees. Oh, snipers! It's swing time, flying for justice. Swing time, take no prisoners, except when I do this. Swing time, bring home the bacon. Inexplicably, swing time. Listening to the sound of the street. Pitch perfect. Right. Let's just get to the end of this mission. Oh, no, I'll tell you what. Let's die, and I'll show you what happens when you die in this game. Dying really not a consequence. All it does is, Oh yeah, I forgot you can't do these guys, can you? Yeah, there you go. Oh, come on now. Yeah, just avoid it. Dying in this game, you don't have lives. What you have is time. Like, time is the biggest factor. So when you die, you lose time, which is more annoying, frankly. Oh, I accidentally finished the level. Let's go back in there, because it will tell me if there was a comic book. No, there's no comic book in there. Okay, let's just go to the Chrysler building. And then I will get battered, and you can see the game over kind of screen. Alright, is this guy going to punch me? No, he's a civvy. Ah, this guy, definitely going to shoot me. Is that Howard the Duck? Oh, what's going on there? Come on, shoot me up. God, this is going to take forever, isn't it? I wonder if it differs. I don't think it differs if you're shot by the cops or by a boss. Civilian there? Never mind. Right. So Spider-Man, dead. Actually dead. Oh no, you get arrested in this one. Okay.
We got something special for you, Sarge.
Spider-Man, huh? This ought to make the chief happy. Put him in a holding cell until I can call the feds and find out what they want to do with him.
Damn.
What a night! All this talk about nuking the city's got this town crazier than usual. And that's saying a lot.
Yeah, sure, Sarge.
And tell the guy guarding the cell to keep his eyes open. These super guys are some slippery customers.
Slippery
Whatever you
customers.
say.
Okay, so you literally have continue or end. Let's continue. And you'll see Spider-Man amazingly get out of prison. Where's he gone?
Gotcha.
Oh! They didn't take anything off of him. That seems foolhardy. Also, that cop probably going to starve to death in a cell because no one's going to check because he was the guy in charge. Well, I suppose they have a shift change. All right, let's get killed by a thug and see if that makes any difference. Because I love it when Spider-Man when you actually die as Spider-Man. There you go. Come on, dude. Also, these levels are really good. You actually go inside. I'm in patrol, so you can just go inside. And there's guys with knives and stuff, but there's also like civvies in there. Like there's a guy with a knife. Yeah, I'm just gonna go up top. Come on. Oh. There you go. And when you get to the end, the train actually stops as well. Like the attention to detail in this game, it doesn't need to be this good. They could have got away without it being this good. Alright, come on. Right, yeah, so that's dead. He's like dead. Oh no, he's in the thing again. Alright, I have to find a way of dying. Let's go to a boss, because I know if a boss kills you, you're dead. Let's go back to Sandman. Sandman will do it. Let's go back up here. Oh no, it's gone. Oh no, there we go. Oh, I can't go back there. Okay. Let's go here. See if the lizard can kill me. Yeah, so there are basically different cutscenes that play when different things happen. And one of the... Oh god, this one is hard. Yeah, those bats can fly through the scenery. It's properly annoying. I think there's acid down here as well. Yeah, will this kill me? Very slowly. Good lord. Yeah, this boss section, like all the bosses are slightly different. Like Sandman, you have to figure out that you have to use the hydrant. The octopus, you have to kind of work out the pattern, like stay under his legs. This one is a maze. So Kurt Connor's at the end, not really difficult boss, but the maze is a nightmare. So each boss is kind of like a different puzzle, if you want to call it that. Like not really a puzzle, but you know what I mean. Like you have to figure out different things. Okay, now is this gonna... Am I going to the thing or am I dead? Nope. Coming out the sewer.
There's gotta be an easier way to do this.
Yeah. Oh. That's when they find him and drag him in. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll quickly show you the pinball, and then I'll see if I can load a new game. So the pinball is really weird, and when I say really weird, I mean really weird. You can play the pinball, you get nothing from it. It's very bad. I mean, it works, but it's pretty awful. And when the ball goes in, because Spider-Man is in a giant hamster ball, when it goes into the machine, like when you lose the ball, you essentially die, and then you lose time. So I'm not quite sure. I've never actually been good enough at the pinball to figure out the point of it. The flippers are very wide apart. This also happens a lot. I haven't actually done anything yet, but it keeps doing this. I think I have to just tilt the table a little bit. Let's tilt. There we go. Yep, see, straight through. Straight through. Didn't have a chance. It's a very bad pinball game. You bounce out the ball in front of the cops. The cops then drag you into the station. It's so weird. Like, why does this exist? Also, one of the bosses, I think, puts you inside the pinball. So at some point in the game, it's a mandatory minigame. You can still die, and then you don't have to go back and redo it. But I think it's Mysterio. I think you go to Mysterio's you go to Mysterio's, funhouse, and he puts you in one of these balls, and he kind of, oh no, Jesus! Right, one more time. He puts you inside this ball, and then you end up inside this giant pinball machine. The cutscene is odd, of him essentially just, I think it's gas. And then the next thing you know, you're inside this giant pinball, and then it starts playing the pinball minigame. I can't remember if this pinball minigame is in the Mega Drive version. Like, all I'm doing every time I die is just wasting time. Like, the nukes will go off. There's a good ending and a bad ending. Bad ending, obviously nukes go off, and the Kingpin was right about you. Like, that's the story. Alright, let's see if I can at least hit this ball once. Like I say, it's not very good. Oh my... Really? I haven't touched the ball. Look how wide apart they are! I've not even touched it yet. It's so bad. Like, all you needed to do was make those flippers a little bit closer. Just a little bit. And it wouldn't be as bad. But it moves so fast. And this emulation that I've got running now is pretty close to... I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty close to the actual hardware. And boy... Alright, let's just try. One last time. Here we go. Here we go. I mean, the artwork's good, but it whizzes past so fast. Alright, come on. It's just so weird that it's in there. Alright, here we go. There is a tube as well you can go into. If you can... Oh, there it is. That's it. That's all that's on this table. 2 bumpers, 2 flippers, a tube, and a thing that... That's not how physics works. Oh, good lord. This game. Alright, let's start a new game. And I want to just show you what happens when Spider-Man dies, because it's brilliant. Yeah. Would I recommend this game? Absolutely. Is it good? Yeah, it's pretty good. Is it brilliant? Absolutely not. The music is amazing. Come on. You can play a demo or not? Yeah, you can play a demo. Let's just hammer that button. Just want to get into a game. Let's have a quick sing-along. Save this city, save it from the hands of destruction. Oh, ripping guitar solos. It is so easy to see. The man's an alligator. There are no shadows in this game. The sound of the street, what does that even mean? 'Cause it's swing time. Flying for justice. Could put swinging in there, but no, they chose the word flying. Take no prisoners, that's all you do. Bring home the bacon. No comment. Knocking trouble out. Oh my god, this song. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, I love this game. I genuinely love this game. I'm not being ironic. I think this game is so weird. Just punch him straight in the nads. I think this game is so weird and odd and very bizarrely put together, but the controls are solid. Like the fighting mechanics, not so much, but everything else is pretty good. Like, it feels pretty good. Right, let's get battered by Ock. Yeah, it feels really good. The swinging feels good. It takes you a while to get your head around it. I can't remember where he is on this level. I'm just gonna swing to the end. Yeah, it's so bizarre. It's just really odd. There we go. Oh, give over. Where is the boss? I forget it. It is random, isn't it? It randomizes where the boss is. Oh, there's Amazing Fantasy. Alright. Oh, let's go down here. Oh, the dogs. There's a vent there that I have to be in. Bats! Go away. Alright. Ah! Just take me to the end of the level. I wonder if I've got a save on here. This looks familiar. Oh my god, this one is hard. I'd be annoyed if I... Oh, there we go. I'd be annoyed if I started this game. It's a bit like Toe Jam and Earl, the way that was randomised, like procedurally. It kind of... Yeah, here we go. So it kind of does a similar thing, where the level it starts you at is random, but then once you're through, it takes you to the same boss level every time. Also, and I've said it before, warehouse level. It's a Spider-Man game. There's a warehouse level. Alright. I need to kill this rat. Kick that rat. Kick the rat. Yes. All rats. Not a fan of rats. Here we go. Let's go. Oh. Give over. Dude, right. You're dead. You're dead. I'm gonna kick you. Oop. I am not doing... Oh, let's try my special web attack. My special web attack is this. Hold up and then... Yeah. There you go. And he's got another one. It looks like a Hadouken. Is it this? No. No. How do you do it? You hold up and then whack. Yeah, there it is. Again, completely useless. Uses up all your web. Right. I don't actually want life. I want to die at the hands of Doc Ock. Alright, so I'm just going to run up to him and batter him. Nah. 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 No. God, this guy's hard, I remember. Come on. Oh, dead. Dead. Here you go, look. Spider-Man actually dead in a hospital bed.
This man has been hurt, officer. I don't care.
Oh, thanks, water heater. Cool. Right, so the doctor's saying, I don't care what this man's done.
Okay, Doc. But sooner or later, that mask has got to
He's sick, and I need to heal him. And the cop says, fine. But sooner or later, that mask is coming off. So, let's take this disembodied Spidey hand.
I've got to get out of
Oh,
here fast.
how did the doctors treat him? It's an all-over suit.
Lucky I've also got the healing ability of a spider. Not a mark on me.
The healing ability of a spider. What? He has the strength of a spider.
Nighty-night, officer.
Nighty-night. And off he goes. And it basically spits you out back on the map. It's so weird. It is a weird, weird, weird game. But there's a lot to do. If you want to finish the game, you've got to defeat 10 bosses. If you want to collect all of these comic books, you have to go to the levels and find them. And it does help you on normal. It says, look, you missed a comic book. Here it is. But yeah, it's a weird, weird game. I would highly, highly recommend it. I can't recommend it enough. It's not good, and like I say, the fighting mechanics, bit wonky, but the cutscenes definitely make up for it. They could do with being a bit louder. I don't know if that's the emulator or whatnot. The music, cheesy, campy, glorious, 80s butt rock, amazing. And the swinging's really good. The swinging feels good. The one thing I will say, you run out of web cartridges real quick. So it's almost like Resident Evil, like, you know, you've got to run away from the zombies rather than shoot them. Kind of similar. You've got to know which enemies you need to tie up, and you need to be real quick when you've tied them up because they bust out of it. But yeah, I would highly, highly recommend this game. Highly. Yeah, let's end by going out on a song. What song is it? It's Swing Time. Bring home the bacon. Flying for justice. Taking no prisoners. Listening to the sound of the street. If you hadn't guessed, I've looked at 8 Spider-Man games in a row. I love Spider-Man. I've always loved Spider-Man from being a kid onwards. And it's a shame. With the passing of Stan Lee last week, it was refreshing to see how many people... Because when I was looking at these games, like especially the PS1 game where he did the narration and the PS3 one where he did the narration, Shattered Dimensions, Stan Lee didn't phone it in. Like, he was really selling it. Like, really, really selling it. And I remember saying at the time, this is like 3 weeks ago, who doesn't like Stan Lee? Like, who doesn't like Stan Lee? Show me that guy. And it was weird when he died. Like, Twitter and the internet in general was just full of people loving Stan Lee. So that was nice to see that when I couldn't think of a single person who, you know, didn't like Stan Lee, at least was vocal about it. Like, the kind of person. Turns out I was right. Like, Stan Lee was a man that everybody liked. And Steve Ditko as well. He died like a few months ago. So Steve Ditko and Stan Lee, the Spider-Man, essentially fathers. Yeah, it was just nice to see. Anyway, that's going to look at Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin. That's day 8 of the 8 days of Spider-Man. 8 being because Spider. And yeah, alright, cool. Peace.